Welcome to the commentary of coverage of this FA Cup first round clash between St Albans City and Forest Green Rovers this evening. Kick-off is in around about 5 minutes time, and we've got our commentators standing by to describe all the action very, very soon, which we'll go to him very soon as well. But first things first, let's tell you how the earlier results have gone on in the FA Cup and also any other matches that kicked off earlier today. So starting off in the FA Cup, Sheffield Wednesday 0, Plymouth Argyle 0, Oxford United 2, Bristol Rovers 2, Bolton Wanderers 2, Stockport County 2, Rochdale 1, Notts County 1, latest score is Stratford 1, Shrewsbury 5 is the latest score. That's coming towards the end of the match. Been 3 games so far in the Premier League, 1 currently ongoing as well. We'll get updates. Michael mentioned updates during the match this evening. So in the Premier League, it finished Arsenal 1, Watford 0. 10-man Watford losing 1-0 to Arsenal. They had Kuchka sent off for a second bookable offence right near the end. In the Premier League, Everton held Antonio Conte's Tottenham to a 0-0 draw. Oliver Skip booked, which means his 5th yellow card of the campaign, which means he misses the Leeds United game after the international break. Mason Olgate was sent off in first half stoppage time as well. Leeds United 1, Leicester City 1 with Finio up and scoring before Harvey Barnes levelled things in a couple of minutes later. Ademola Lookman had a goal disallowed for offside, the correct decision from VAR. His foot had just strayed offside, did Ademola Lookman. And West Ham United are currently beating Liverpool 1-0. Alisson's own goal on 4 minutes. The difference in this match. Michael will keep you up to date with that during the commentary this afternoon. There's been some other matches today. We'll get some of those scores at half time as the kick-off here is fast approaching St Albans City against Forest Green Rovers. And let's find out about all the important team news. And let's say very first, good evening to our match commentator, Mike Orman. Good evening, Mike. What's the team news for both St Albans and Forest Green?
Good evening, Russ. Good evening, listeners as well. Hopefully everyone's doing okay. So we've got the lineups here in front of me. St Albans lineup in a 4-3-3 formation with Michael Johnson in goal, Joy McQuena at right back, Kieran Wilshire and David Noble. Look like they're going to be playing centre back, and probably David Noble will actually be playing midfield. In fact, they've got Adibayi at left back, Lancashire, Didu and Goddard. Former Stevenage and Swindon man Johnny Goddard in midfield there with Vice Banton and their top scorer Sean Jeffers, who is in fine form for St Albans at the moment this season. As for Forest Green, they line up with McGee in goal, then Godwin, McLeaf, Moore, Taylor, Cadden, Stevenson, Wilson, March, the captain Ibu Adams, Young, Matt Stevens, another former Stevenage loanee as well, and Jack Aitchison, also another Stevenage loanee as well. So plenty of former Stevenage players on show, and the manager of St Albans, Ian Allison, was actually born in Stevenage as well. So plenty of Hertfordshire-based, men there for St Albans, of course, being Hertfordshire themselves. The substitutes for St Albans are Bender, Brown, Akinola, Sol, Barney, Gautier, Dawson, Austin, and Meeks. And the subs for Forest Green are Thomas, Bernard, Cargill, Allen, Evans, Edwards, Hendry, Diallo, and Bennett. And that means there's no place in the 18-man squad for Forest Green for the top scorer, Jamil Matt, who is unavailable.
Yes, so with the players now coming out to the field of play, it's time for me to hand over to your match commentator ready for the match. is over to Mike Ornament. Once again, good evening.
Thank you, Russ. So looking forward to this game. Two high-flying sides. St Albans sitting second in the Conference South, and Forest Green sitting top of the League Two pyramid at the moment, or the League Two division, I should say. And both sides really going strong in this game as well. Forest Green manager Rob Edwards, of course. And the officials are, I believe it's Bobby Madley, referee. And then we've got assistant referees Scott Williams, Ryan Whitaker, and Will Finney, who is the fourth official for this game. As it looks like Liverpool have got an equaliser against West Ham by the looks of things. Trent Alexander-Arnold has just equalised for the away side there. Just had that flying high at top of, towards the top end at least of the Premier League. But back to tonight and to the FA Cup. And it is Bobby Madley, the man there, who is in charge. And we are going to be having a minute silence for those that have given up their lives for us as well, for Memorial Sunday, I should say, which is next week. So whilst the players do that, the fans of St Albans and Forest Green do that, we shall also do that as well. And excellently observed that was as well. So thank you very much, everyone, for doing that. Of course, we do have Memorial Sunday, I should say, next week. And, of course, all the games across the football league next weekend will be doing that as well, as the FA Cup and Premier League have had their games this weekend where they've shown the mark of respect for that. Just looking here now in regards to Forest Green. They're looking to Matt Stevens to lead the line today. The number 9. Real talent is up there in League Two top goal scorers alongside Jamil Matt, who I mentioned earlier, that isn't involved in today's squad. As it looks like the two sets of players are going to get themselves together as well now. Ready for the taking of the knee, I believe. Or their own kind of version of it, as the referee, Bobby Madley, does take the knee. But the two sides there, St Albans and Forest Green, just huddle up together in solace and show their own kind of message there without taking the knee. They're showing it a different way. And it is St Albans to get us underway in the yellow, blue, yellow. And it's going to be Kieran Wilshire, the man to get us underway and to kick off this game. Knocks it back to David Noble, former Arsenal man, who come through the academy at Arsenal there. And goes long from the left back, but headed up. St Albans are going to keep the ball here, though, and it is number 16, Mitchell Weiss. It's given away, though. St Albans get it back with David Noble trying to clear it upfield, and it's only as far as the Forest Green goalkeeper there, who is McGee. And he just plays it out to, I think it was Cadden there. Early stages of this game, only under a minute of it played, and it's looking for Matt Stevens there. Matt Stevens knocks it back to the number 18, Young. And Young has a shot at goal there, a very wayward shot as well, and that is troubling somebody in the crowd there more than the goalkeeper, Michael Johnson. And straight away, Forest Green getting an early shot away, but it was a shot that, as I mentioned, was very wayward and very, very wide of the goal. As it is St Albans to take this goal kick now. Michael Johnson, the number 1, is going to take it. Having a laugh with one of the cameramen there, or one of the fans, as he just clears it upfield. Looking for the head of, I think it was Sean Jeffers, but it loses out. And it was the right back, Joy McQuainer. He's giving it away, though. He wins it back, though, now. And it's now with Young for Forest Green. Is he caught late there by McQuainer? I think he was. I think the referee there, it wasn't McQuainer, it was actually Didu, sorry. McQuainer was the other man that was involved just there as well. But that was quite a late tackle from Didu there, or Didu. And put behind for a throw. I wonder if the referee's giving it as a throw or a free kick. It looks like he's given a throw in, though. And in fact, he's given the throw in favour of the home side as well. And it is going to be the number 12, Didu, to take it himself. And he throws it into, looking for Sean Jeffers. Giving away, David Noble hooks it towards, I think that was, it might have been Lancashire. It's a chance here for St Albans now. It's given away, and Wilson here for Forest Green now. Of course, this is the second time that Forest Green have played in Hertfordshire this season. We'll touch on that in a moment as Jack Aitchison. It wasn't Jack Aitchison, in fact, it was actually the number 20, I believe it was, 28, sorry, March, the man that was in there, and just overran that one. As I was just touching on, this is the second time that Forest Green have played in Hertfordshire this season. Of course, they are in the same division as Stevenage, the side just down the road from St Albans, and on that occasion, they scored after 2 minutes, did the away side Forest Green as well, and went on to really put the home side Stevenage on that day to the sword, winning that one back in September by 4-0, with Matt Stevens also on the score sheet. Jamil Matt, who is not in the squad today, was on the score sheet that day too, amongst the Forest Green scorers. And it's Jack Aitchison there. Now it's with March, and now out to the left back, which I think is Cadden there, was it? It's given away. And in fact, it's given to Matt Stevens there. Is he fouled? In fact, it wasn't Stevens. It was Young, sorry, that time. And Didu again. That's the second time already within the space of about 4 minutes there that Didu's been very late with these challenges that he's putting in. He got away with the first one, but he's not going to get away with this one. And referee Bobby Madley is going to give a free kick this time out for that foul on March. And Cadden's going to take the free kick here. I think he's going to get away without a booking, though, is Didu there. And Cadden's going to take this. Michael Johnson just trying to organise his back line. There's Nicky Cadden going to take the free kick. Matt Stevens is in there. Of course, they've got the men up from the back as well. Cadden delivers it, but it's cleared out by St Albans there, and it's Jeffers. Jeffers gives it away, though. It's back with Cadden once more. On to Jack Aitchison now. Had quite a lot of loan spells as Jack Aitchison, and this is also another loan spell with Forest Green. He's on loan from Barnsley, which is his parent club at the moment. Here's the number 4 for St Albans now, which is Wilshire. And he's played it out to the left-hand side. Given away there. We've had 5 minutes of this alternative coverage here on the Commentary Hub and partnering channels as well. JDAC Football, JB Sports, Commentary Hub 2, Storm FM, also on Russ's Twitch, the Commentary Hub Twitch, and also the Twitter page as well. And of course, you are listening to the Commentary Hub in partnership with Melon for the season as well. And you can give them a follow at melonapp.com if you want to find out what all that's about and what they do. St Albans just knocking it around in midfield with Wilshire, and now it's back to the centre-back of, I think it was a debut, I'm not too sure though, but it's out now with Dido, and now it's Joy McQuainer on to Johnny Goddard, former Stevenage man, former Woking man, former Swindon man as well. He gives the ball away. And St Albans have a bit of a clearance to do there from goalkeeper Michael Johnson. Come out of his box and did very well, in fact, just to put that one behind for a throw-in, which Forest Green are going to take from Nicky Cadden, number 11. And he's going to throw it in, looking for Matt Stevens, and gives it back to Cadden again. Now it's the number 7, which was Stevenson there. He gets it back as well. And now he's gone to the number 22 there, Godwin Malif. He gives it away. Chance for St Albans now. With the left back, Adebayo, I think it was. In fact, it might have been Lancashire, in fact, that time. And Forest Green have it back. Now it's the number 7 for them, which is Stevenson. Goes out to Cadden once more. Nicky Cadden cuts inside. Goes back to Godwin Malif. And then he knocks it on to Ibu Adams, who goes out to Nicky Cadden once more. On the overlap, Nicky Cadden gets a cross in. Let's put behind there, off of the St Albans man for a corner. Come off of Adebayo that time. Forest Green pressing very well up the field there and looking to get the early goal in front. It's good play from Nicky Cadden against Didu there. And beat his man and wins the corner there. Matty Stevens couldn't quite get in there. Adebayo just beat him to the ball. It's going to be Nicky Cadden. I think it's their set piece man by the looks of it to take this one. In fact, it was Stevenson that time. Now it's with St Albans number 20, Johnny Goddard again. Now it's with Banton. What can Banton do here? Loses out. Is he fouled? Referee says no. Yes, he was, in fact. Bobby Madden has given that as a free kick there. Zach Banton fouled. Jack Aitchison, the man that fouled him. This is St Albans' 7th game in the competition already. They have needed a replay to get past every other round so far. The last one to get through to this stage was actually won on penalties as well. So they have plenty of games under their belt in this competition already. And looking for Sean Jeffers from this free kick, no doubt. The man who certainly knows where the back of the net is. Johnny Goddard is going to take it. Right in front of the dugout. Johnny Goddard smashes it into the Forest Green half. Looking for Didu there. It's headed by the Forest Green man. And it's now with, I think it might be one of the defenders there. He plays it across. Looking for the number 2 there, which is Wilson. Wilson goes back to Godwin Malif and into Stevenson. And out it goes now to Cadden. Given away there. Good defending from St Albans as well. Here's David Noble now. Now it's Didu. Is he going to get a chance to go again? Yes, he is. He loses out though to Ibu Adams. Now it's Cadden once more. Chance for Forest Green. It's the number 18 just loses out there, which was Young. There's a battle here for St Albans by Sean Jeffers. Wants to throw as well. Is he going to get it? I think the referee's given it in favour of St Albans, the away side, in fact, that time, which he did. And it's now Godwin Malief to Moore Taylor. Chance here for Forest Green. 10 minutes played. You're listening to the commentary hub, and it is St Albans 0, Forest Green Rovers 0. And if you want to keep up to date with the half-time in the Premier League, we'll get to that in a moment as well. And I'll let you know that as Young just loses out for Forest Green. Here's a chance for St Albans, though. It's number 20, Johnny Goddard on the ball now. Good touch from him as well. Had a bit of Football League experience himself, so he knows the level that Forest Green are at. Bit of a missed clearance there from McQuenna, but it goes back to Johnson. Poor clearance to Matt Stevens, though. Matt Stevens here for Forest Green. Forced backwards to Stevenson. Now Ibu Adams, the captain. Chance here for Forest Green. Now it's Young. Young's going to try and switch the play towards, I think it's Wilson, is it? I'm not too sure. He's going to get an effort there, but well defended from St Albans, and the number 18, which is Adebayi. It's now Didu. Going to look to go long. Looking for Sean Jeffers. And what can Sean Jeffers do? He fouls his man there, and it's a free kick to Forest Green. Sean Jeffers, as I mentioned, certainly the threat for St Albans. He knows where the back of the net is. I think he scored in 3 of the last 3 games, or 3 of the last 4, something like that. He's certainly their go-to man when it comes to the goals at the moment. And he did just catch his man there as well, the number 15 for Forest Green, Moore Taylor. Half-time in the Premier League. It's West Ham 1, Liverpool 1. Alisson's own goal gave West Ham the lead, and then Trent Alexander-Arnold got Liverpool's equaliser as set up by Mo Salah. Here's Nicky Cadden right here and right now, though, in this FA Cup tie into Dale Stevenson. The chance here for Jack Aitchison, well defended from St Albans there, and the number 18, Adebayi, clears it out, but only as far as Godwin Malief. And St Albans just happy to let Forest Green have the ball here at the moment. And it's with Ibu Adams. Out to Cadden. Back to Adams again. St Albans flying high in their division, as I mentioned earlier. Second in the league and won the last 5 as well. And Forest Green in League 2 are yet to lose. So it's very much a battle of the two sides that are really in good form. St Albans with a chance here, though, and it's good effort there. I think it was from Sean Jeffers. It was blocked on the line originally, and then Sean Jeffers gets the ball back and just couldn't quite direct that one. I think it's gone behind for a corner. It has as well. And St Albans really trying to put the pressure on their League 2 visitors there, and they really would have put your money on Sean Jeffers to score that, the form that he's in. Johnny Goddard with a corner though. Long one as well. Given away. He's now back with Banton. Banton up against Cadden. The 2 11s up against each other. It's a good header out by Forest Green there, but only as far as Banton again. Now I think it's Wilshire. And whips in by Banton, looking for Sean Jeffers, but given away. Now it's with Johnny Goddard again. And his through ball looking for the on-running man from midfield there was too long, and McGee was able to deal with that. They're just showing the replay of this as well, though. It was Banton in the left-hand side to Jeffers, well blocked originally from Moore Taylor. And it did look like that he would have put some money on him to score. And Moore Taylor again did very, very well there, as St Albans weren't able to do anything with that one. And it was just seen behind for a goal kick in the end. And it's seen behind for a goal kick by St Albans down the other end now as well. 15 played, and it's St Albans City of the Conference South 0, Forest Green Rovers of League 2 0 as well. And you're listening to the commentary hub. It's a goal kick for St Albans. Michael Johnson over it. St Albans certainly had their moment there that you thought they might have got themselves a goal. Michael Johnson goes long. And it's going to go behind here, is it, for a throw? Kept in fact. And it's with Joy McKenna now. Now Johnny Goddard back to St Albans defence again. Now Goddard once more. Now it's Didu. Now McKenna. And now back to Michael Johnson. Of course, we've had some FA Cup games already today, which we'll touch on shortly. And we've had plenty of FA Cup action over this weekend. And of course, we've got some more tomorrow as well, as Dagenham and Redbridge host Salford City, with JB on the mic for that one. As we're going to round out the quadruple of games we're covering in the FA Cup over this weekend and start of the week. It's battling there. St Albans, just well played actually. It was the number 4 Wilshire. It's given away, and Forest Green can bring it out into midfield. It's Jack Aitchison. It's not Jack Aitchison, in fact. It's actually Young, looking for Stevenson. In fact, he was actually looking for Matt Stevens that time, sorry. Now it's Wilson. Wilson for Forest Green. Goes back. Now it's with Ibu Adams, the captain. The League 2 side looking to get themselves a goal. Now it's the number 7, Stevenson. Chance here for Matt Stevens. What can he do? Is he going to get a shot away? Matt Stevens out to Cadden. Cadden whips it in. Well-headed clear by McKenna. Only as far as Ibu Adams, though. Now it's with Cadden once more. Cadden whips it across in, and it's taking a deflection, and it's gone in. Forest Green have the lead. It's that man, Matt Stevens. Who else? It's the man that we were talking about earlier on. He's up there with the men that are certainly scoring for fun this season for Forest Green, alongside Jamil Matt. Matt Stevens has given the League 2 side, the League 2 leaders, in fact, the lead as well. And just having a chat there are the two St Albans backroom staff of Ian Allenton and his coach there as well. But Matt Stevens, the man that last season was on loan in Hertfordshire, has gone back to Hertfordshire and is haunting St Albans as Nicky Cadden's delivery was whipped in. It beat the St Albans men, looking at a possible offside there. Matt Stevens, just about a couple of yards out, isn't going to miss that as he beats Michael Johnson. And Forest Green Rovers are the side that have taken the lead after 18 minutes. St Albans 0, Forest Green 1. Matt Stevens, the man on the score sheet. It's good play as well from Cadden there. Whips it in just on a plate for Matt Stevens. And Matt Stevens says, thank you very much. That's my bread and butter. And puts it past Michael Johnson and gives the League 2 leaders a lead in this FA Cup tie. It's a chance for St Albans to get the ball back, though. Now it's Johnny Goddard. Now David Noble. Now it's Didu. Given away there. Chance for Forest Green. Wilson looking for Aitchison, but well cut out there. And now it's with David. David Noble again. It goes out to Adebayi this time. A chance here for St Albans to get it long for the on-running. I think it was Vice that time. It was indeed. Looks like Vice and Banton have switched sides as Vice had barely been in the game up until now. It's a chance for Forest Green, looking for Matt Stevens again. He's just scored a moment ago. Matt Stevens looking for that second. Into the box he goes. Matt Stevens gets his shot away, but this time it's easy for Michael Johnson. He claims that one comfortably. This is St Albans number 1. Almost 20 minutes played. You're listening to the commentary hub. And it's St Albans City 0, Forest Green Rovers 1. That Matt Stevens goal just a moment ago. The difference so far. from just a couple of yards out. And it's a chance here for Forest Green again. Was actually March that time, loses out. And Johnson goes long, looking for the head of Noble, I think it was. Now it's McQuenna, now Didu. Looking to go long for Sean Jeffers. It's seen all the way through to McGee there from the Forest Green back line. Just bowls it out to Godwin McLeaf, and then on to Evu Adams. Brings it in to Aitchison now. Creative man there. He goes out to Wilson. Now it's Stevenson. And now it's with Nicky Cadden, the man that got an assist there for Matty Stevens' goal. Now it's with Stevenson again. And now the number 22, Godwin McLeaf, into Aitchison. Plays it out to Wilson now on the right-hand flank. Looking for Stevens again. This time he couldn't direct his header. And it's gone wide of the goal there. Michael Johnson, an ever-present really for St Albans. The man who started his career. He also played locally at Hitchin Town, in fact, as well as Braintree and Stotfold. Keeping Liam Gauthier out of the side, the young backup or second choice keeper who's on the bench today. But Michael Johnson, the man who Ian Allison always tends to favour, really, more often than not. Here's David Noble now. Now Stevens. Now Jack Aitchison. Trying to find March, but well cut out there by the St Albans number 19 McQuenna. It's now looking for Vice that time, I think it was. It's gone behind for a St Albans throw though. Still trailing by that Matt Stevens goal to 0. And Rob Edwards there isn't really showing too much emotion as of yet, the Forest Green manager, but I think deep down he'll certainly be very pleased to be ahead, as St Albans have caused a few issues and a few threats themselves. The one from Sean Jeffers in particular, where we had those 2 bites of the cherry but couldn't direct it on target. Here's Lancaster's throw to Noble. Lancaster gets it back. So Lancashire, I should say. Now it's with Wilshire. Now Noble. Tries to play it into Vice, but given away. And St Albans have it back now. David Noble. Also has a spell at Rotherham United on his books. Does David Noble as well. Side that Russ has watched many, many times. And also, as well as Rotherham and Arsenal, he's also been on the books at West Ham United as well. Side that, of course, are playing already in their own game this afternoon and drawing with Liverpool so far. Here's the number 20, Goddard now, given away. And now it's with March for Forest Green. And it's Adebayi, gets a block on that one and goes behind for a Forest Green throw-in front of the dugout there. In front of their own manager, I think it is. Which Wilson's going to take. And gets it back as well. And he goes back to Moore Taylor. And now Adams. Looking for the on-running run of Matt Stevens. But Michael Johnson comes out and does very, very well there to stop Matt Stevens in his track. And then bowls it out to the left back of Adebayi. There's a battle there between, I think it might have been Jeffers, and Jeffers wins the free kick as well. Does the St Albans number 9. Looking to get themselves back into this one. They are showing a bit of threat, the home sides. I know the scoreline does say that it's 0-1, but St Albans have had their moments. David Noble takes a free kick short to Banton. Banton out to it's in. It's an equalising goal. St Albans are level, and it's gone in. I think it's gone in via the number 19 McQuenna. I'm not too sure though, but St Albans have got themselves the equalising goal. I'll have to see who that was there, but the original ball was a fantastic ball, and it was on a plate for the St Albans man who was coming in, and he just puts it past McGee there. I want to see who it was that actually got on the end of that one. It might have even been Johnny Goddard. As you see, quite a few St Albans fans, young and old, jumping around there. It doesn't like Matt. It doesn't like Johnny Goddard's the man that is being credited with that one. He's the one celebrating anyway. It's Banton out to. It was whipped in and it's gone, taken a head off of. So it was Johnny Goddard that got the delivery in originally. Did it get a touch off of anyone? I think it's gone in off of the number. It might even be Mitchell Weiss, the number 16. I'll have to have a look. Johnny Goddard gets the ball in. Mitchell Weiss, I'm sure it is, gets his head on it. And there's a few St Albans men trying to put the keeper off as well. It looks like everyone else has missed it. So I think that's Mitchell Weiss, the man that has leveled it for St Albans there. I will confirm second though. A good goal as well that it was. Fantastic ball from Johnny Goddard on a plate for his man. And it has gone down as a Mitchell Weiss goal. And St Albans are level. Forest Green straight away though. They're going to get back into the front straight away. Oh, it was Wilson there trying to set up Matty Stevens. And he just couldn't get on the end of it. And now it's Nicky Cadden. We've got a right cracker of a game here so far. Nicky Cadden into the box. It's gone behind off of St Albans is, I think it might have been Joy McQueen at that time for a corner ball. And Forest Green almost hit back straight away. The whole, you're the most vulnerable when you've just scored a goal, almost come back and bit St Albans there. But they were able to deal with it in the end. It's currently St Albans 1, Forest Green 1. St Albans already done something that Stevenage haven't done this season by scoring against Forest Green. And I'm sure they'll take a lot of heart even just from that. Here's Wilson now. Whips it in, but only as far as... Oh, he's missed it! Michael Johnson's missed it, and it was put in by Matty Stevens, but it's been disallowed there. It did look like for a moment that Michael Johnson was going to be a little bit of a villain there, but the flag was up, and he can breathe again. It was whipped in originally by Wilson. Matt Stevens already got a goal today, remember, as well. It looked like Johnson just knocked the ball onto Matt Stevens there. And there's not an awful lot in that. If he's not offside, which I don't know whether he was, there was no foul in that. It was just poor goalkeeping. He just knocked the ball straight down onto the ex-Stevenage low knee there. He put the ball into the back of the net, but it still remains 1-1. Almost half an hour play. St Albans in possession. Whipped on, knocked on by Jeffers. Chance here for, I think it's Banton now. And it's 2-1 St Albans. They've turned it around. St Albans have turned it around. It's Zach Banton this time, the goal scorer. And St Albans from 1-0 down have turned this game on its head. St Albans now 2-1 ahead against Forest Green there. And what a goal it was as well. Fantastic play from St Albans there to go on and grab themselves a second. St Albans 2, Forest Green 1. They've turned it up on its head there. And it was Banton, the goal scorer. He took it very, very well as well. It was headed on by, I'm not too sure who that was, but Banton there knocks the ball underneath, I think it was underneath the legs of Moore Taylor and past McGee as well. And it's St Albans 2, Forest Green 1. McGee there is having a bit of a protestation with his man. And there's a chance here for Cadden now. Little bit of a delayed reaction there from our man in the studio. St Albans 2, Forest Green 1. It is indeed, and it was goal scorer Banton that time. I think even Russ there was surprised by St Albans' turnaround. Chance here for Forest Green to get a second though. Cleared out by Noble. He says he was surprised by the turnaround. Same here, to be honest. They've put some pressure on though, and they are good value for the 2-1 lead, aside from the Conference Conference South, I should say, as well. It's a chance here for Forest Green though. Ibu Adams in midfield. Now it's with the number 22 for Forest Green, Godwin McLeaf. Wilson, back to McLeaf again. Ibu Adams. Now it's Jack Aitchison. Now Nicky Cadden got an assist for Matt Stevens' goal. And it's a great effort there. Lovely back flick from Marsh. Josh Marsh almost beat Michael Johnson there. But Michael Johnson, the former Hitchin goalkeeper there, was able just to parry that one over the top for a corner. It was a lovely flick. That was cheeky as they come. But it was Michael Johnson who was able just to knock it over the top. In fact, did it even come off the keeper? Did it come off the bar? There's the keeper onto the bar, in fact. It was a good save. And they got a bit fortunate at the end of it as well. Stevenson's corner. Michael Johnson punches it out for another corner again. In fact, does it go behind for a goal kick? Let's have a look here. It looked like he punched it behind for a corner there. It was a lovely goal from St Albans, this one here. Just showing the replay of it again. Zach Banton's goal. The goal that's really turned the game on its head. Mitchell Weiss, the man who had previously equalised after Matt Stevens had given Forest Green the lead. You're listening to the Commentary Hub in partnership with Storm FM, JDAC Football and JB Sports as well. This FA Cup first round tie. St Albans 2, Forest Green 1 is how it is coming up to the 33rd minute of this game. And it's a chance here for Forest Green through Stevenson now. Out to Wilson. Back to Moore Taylor via Godwin McLeaf now. And now Ibu Adams. Into Stevenson. Now Godwin McLeaf looking for Wilson on the overlap. Wilson, is he caught there? Referee says no, he wasn't. Gone behind for a corner though. And I think it's might have been added by here. I'm not too sure. The man that was judged to have got to the ball first. And it's going to be a corner to Forest Green. It was actually the number 17, Lancashire, I think, in fact. And it's whipped in here from the corner. And it's headed on. And it's off the bar there from Moore Taylor. Moore Taylor unmarked. And there looked like it was going to be the equaliser for Forest Green. But Moore Taylor just couldn't direct it on target. And it comes off the bar and behind. And St Albans can breathe again. Still leading this game by 2-1 after goals from two of their three front men in Weiss and Banton, who have turned the game on its head after Forest Green went 1-0 up through Matty Stevens. Coming up to 10 minutes of the first half remaining. St Albans 2, Forest Green Rovers 1. It's Johnson's ball into the Forest Green half. Well defended there from Wilshire, but it's given away though. But St Albans have it back through Goddard. But Ibu Adams has it here now. Now it's with Cadden. Now it's Adams. Ibu Adams for Forest Green. Now it's with Godwin McLeaf, sorry. Now Dale Stevenson. Given away. Ibu Adams. Chance for St Albans now through Mitchell Weiss. Out to, I think it might have been Banton there, but there's a foul in the build-up, but it's a Forest Green free kick. St Albans, just a bit of work to defend, a bit of work to do here, sorry, I should say. As Forest Green just playing it around at the back, but will want to get themselves an equaliser at very least before half-time. Here's Godwin Malif now. Matt Stevens. Given away to, I think it was Lancashire. Now Banton. Goddard. Noble. Banton. Ibu Adams wins it back for Forest Green though. Now it's with Jack Aitchison. Now it's with Nicky Cadden there. Now Jordan Moore-Taylor. Now Ibu Adams. 9 attempts for Forest Green in favour of the away side. 6 for the host, but it's the scoreline that matters, and that's 2-1 to St Albans. It's Ibu Adams now. Now it's Jack Aitchison. Hits the referee, Bobby Madley there, but it's not going to be a drop ball or nothing as Sean Jeffers looks to get in there, and with good defending from Godwin Malif, in fact, in the end. And Adams has gone down there. Did look like that the referee, Bobby Madley, had interfered a little bit there, but doesn't look like he's going to go back and do the standard drop ball that is usually given. In fact, it wasn't Bobby Madley. It was actually one of this men in midfield. It was actually Adams, which is why he's gone down injured a little bit there, but he looks okay. He's back to his feet again. As they're just showing a couple of St Albans fans there and Forest Green fans, and I think it might have been the owner of Forest Green's there as well. And St Albans chairman and stuff. And coming up to the 30, just hit the 37th minute now, and it's Forest Green trailing this game against Conference Southside St Albans by 2-1. And they're in possession though through Godwin Malif, and now it's Ibu Adams. Looking for Nicky Cadden. It's gone towards Nicky Cadden, but there's an offside flag up. The fireworks just going off around me as well. There's certainly fireworks in St Albans right now as the home side and their cup run looks like going into possibly game number 8 if they're able to hold on or grab themselves another couple of goals in this one. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, they have needed a replay in every other round to get through. So you wouldn't bet against Forest Green being able to turn it around and at very least go back to the replay, which will probably be a week on Tuesday, I believe, if that's the case. And if they do pull it back for a replay. Here's Matt Stevens now. Now it's with Young. It's gone behind for a corner ball. It's gone off of, I think it might have been off of McQuenna. .38.5 minutes played. St Albans 2, Forest Green 1. You're listening to the commentary hub, and it is very much looking like an upset so far. There's still plenty of time for that to change. Corner for Forest Green. Try and get an equalising goal. Whips in from, I think it might have been Stevenson. He gets it back as well. Into the box. Put behind there for another corner. It was either Stevenson or it might have been Cadden. It was actually off of Sean Jeffers though that time for the Forest Green corner. I think I might have had it right the second time. It's whips in. Looking for Ibu Adams, but well defended by Sean Jeffers. And Forest Green get a third bite of the cherry now to try and get themselves that equaliser. Sean Jeffers defends very well that time. The informed St Albans striker. The only one of their front men yet to score tonight, though, or this evening, I should say. And it's going to be taken right in front of the makeshift. Oh, it's put into the box there, and it's headed behind for another corner, but on the other side this time. The last one was taken in front of the makeshift burger and wrap van by the looks of it, but this time it's going to go on the opposite side. Good header away from David Noble that time, the St Albans captain, and Stevenson's going to take it. Five minutes to go, plus stoppage time. It whips in from Cadden. A shot of goal there from... Oh, and it's put wide in the end. It was a shot of goal from the number 11, Cadden. And it was actually almost a shot in anger, really. It was a shot from Cadden. And it was, I think it might have been Young who just couldn't direct that one. It was actually Cadden's effort. And then, yeah, I think it was Young who just couldn't direct it at goal. It was Stevenson that took the corner. It was actually number 15, Moore Taylor, that was up from the back that time. To correct myself. St Albans can breathe again. Here is Sean Jeffers now, giving away to Ibu Adams and battling well between the two of them. Now it's looking for Josh March, but gone behind for a St Albans throw-in. You're listening to the Commentary Hub. And we want to thank our streaming partners for the season, Melon as well, melonapp.com if you want to check that one out. You're listening to this FA Cup first round tie on the Commentary Hub, JB Sports, JDAT Football, Storm FM, and all the rest of the Commentary Hub channels, and Rust's channel as well on Twitch. Thank you for choosing us as your alternative coverage. We will get some other FA Cup scores from Russ at half-time, which is only a matter of 3 minutes plus stoppage time away. Ibu Adams for Forest Green at the moment, though, just in possession. Now it's Moore Taylor. Goes across to Godwin Malif. And now Ibu Adams again, the Forest Green captain. Now the centre-back Godwin Malif once more. And out to Wilson. Of course, if Forest Green want to change it up later on in the game, or if St Albans want to bring on some fresh legs, you can make 5 substitutions in this competition. So that's 5 from, I believe, 8 on the bench, or 8 or 9 on the bench, something like that could be made. So plenty of the subs can get involved in this game, and I'm sure probably will later on as well, as the time sort of comes in that general direction, from probably the 60 minutes mark onwards, probably maybe before that, in fact, as it's now Godwin Malif out to Wilson up against Banton. Wilson for Forest Green. Lancashire as well, also helping him out there, and he goes behind for a Forest Green throw. Wilson's going to take himself. He throws it in to Matt Stevens there, and now it's Ibu Adams. Now back to Moore Taylor. Forest Green potentially missing Jamil Matt, man I mentioned earlier on, the former Plymouth Argyle man, as well as many other clubs. He's right up there in terms of knowing where the back of the net is. Their captain, their vice captain, I think he is, Jamil Matt. And he is unable to change anything in this game because he's not available or selected today. Ibu Adams to Stevens. It's given away though. Well defended from St Albans there. Here's Noble. Poor kick out there. And Sean Jeffers here. Now it's with... It's a free kick in fact. Sean Jeffers fouled his man there. And Forest Green have it back. I'm going to play it out to Nicky Cadden now. On to Jack Aitchison. Nicky Cadden here. Whips it in. Looking for Matt Stevens. Good head there from the St Albans back line. I think it was actually Wilshire that time maybe. But here is Stevenson. Now Adams. Chance for Godwin Malif here. Just a few seconds away from the 45. So we'll be finding out shortly how much additional time we've got and how long Ian Allison's men have to hold on and Rob Edwards' men have to get themselves an equaliser before the break. As Michael Johnson has the ball here in hand. 45 on the clock now. The board will be going up as of now, and it looks like we've got 2 minutes of stoppage time to see out the first half. And here is Moore Taylor now. St Albans 2, Forest Green 1. The side sitting second in the Conference South are beating the side sitting top of League 2. Here's Ibu Adams now. In towards Jack Aitchison, and it's 2-2. Jack Aitchison has levelled up for Forest Green Rovers there, and it's Jack Aitchison who has got the goal. It's a great play as well. Jack Aitchison gets the touch and then smashes it past past keeper Michael Johnson, and it's now St Albans 2, Forest Green Rovers 2. Good touch from Jack Aitchison there as well. Excuse me, as I get my breath back there. And it's Ibu Adams to Aitchison. And Aitchison smashes it past Michael Johnson. And it's Forest Green level with a minute to go of stoppage time. And no stopping that one. St Albans 2, Forest Green 2 with a minute to go. Plus any additional time. Of additional time, I should say. And the on-loan Barnsley man is the man that has levelled it up for the away side. Here's Johnny Goddard, though, for Banton. Banton towards Jeffers, and it's chance there for St Albans, but well defended by McGee. Coming up to the end of the half, Ibu Adams in possession for Forest Green. Last couple of seconds now. And there it is. There is the half-time whistle. The half-time whistle has been blown. And it is Matty Stevens who gave Forest Green the lead. And it did look like that St Albans were going to go in at the break leading by 2-1. Mitchell Vyse and Banton, the 2 goal scorers there. But Jack Aitchison, just on the stroke of half-time, has levelled it up for Forest Green. And at the break, it is St Albans City 2, Forest Green Rovers 2. And what a cup tie we've had there. What a first half. And, wow, all I can say is I'm in need of a cup of tea or a glass of water or something, because that 45 minutes has been, that's the magic of the FA Cup. It's been end-to-end. It's been frantic. We've had 4 goals. And, wow, it's been a mad first half, but 2-2 at the break.
Yes, thank you very much, Mike. 2-2 at the break. Been a super first half, as Mike has been saying. St Albans getting as good as they've got, and Forest Green Rovers getting good as they've got as well at the break. It's all square at the break. It's Desmond at the break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. So don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Common Jumps coverage. Welcome back to the College Jobs coverage of St Albans City against Forest Green Rovers. It's a Desmond at the break, 2-2 is the scoreline, and a superb game of football as well. We'll bring the thoughts of Mike Orneman very, very shocked to see what he made of that first half, our commentator. But while we're doing that, we're just watching some of the analysis. And this is the first goal for Forest Green Rovers from Stevens with the cross from the left-hand side and turned from close range, and he just managed to get in there beyond the defender to fire home, and the keeper had no chance, and he timed his run to perfection to finish off superbly well. As I just see this for a third time, and that was just superb. So Forest Green Rovers went in front, then went behind, we're now back level. Can they go on and get a winner, or will they not go on and get a winner? A big goal in the Premier League, and Liverpool trail by 2-1. Pablo Fornals gave West Ham the lead again after a quick breakaway, wriggling a shot under Alisson from a pass by the brilliant and impressive, from what I've seen in recent weeks, Jared Bowen. And they've played 73 minutes to their 2-1 West Ham United lead in the match against Liverpool. Should be a good match as a corner. West Ham is whipped into post. It's 3-1! West Ham have just scored! It's in the back post! And it's number 4, Og Bonner, who is headed home from a corner. And West Ham have gone 3-1 up against Liverpool. And Alisson didn't get across well enough. And there's Kazuma, should I say. I feel like it's Kazuma around the back. And whether it was being penalised, being blocked off there, Alisson, by Antonio first, but he wasn't. And Zuma got on the back, headed home, and Alisson couldn't keep it out. West Ham 3-1 up. But a good goal as well from Kazuma. Let's get the thoughts of Mike Honor from the FA Cup match, if you're with us there, Mike. And superb game of football. You definitely need to get that drink they've just got at half time, but just talk to me, Mike. Superb game of football, mate, isn't it? It's St Albans between Forest Green.
Yeah, brilliant game of football. Forest Green went 1-0 up via the Matt Stevens goal. And then you thought, with the experience that they've got, as it's been shown with other sides in this competition already, Colchester, Barrow, they went 1-0 up. And then obviously they went on and put 4 past their respective sides in Banbury and AFC Sudbury on Friday and yesterday, respectively, as well. And you thought that, it might have been more of the same from Forest Green. But St Albans, really dogged performance from them. Took their goals really, really, really sort of fantastically well. Did Mitchell Weiss and Banton as well to go 2-1 up. And just a shame for Ian Allison's men, really, that Jack Aitchison was able to level for Forest Green at half time. But St Albans certainly given as good as they've got. And it's going to make for a really interesting second half as well when you look at this, these respective sides. And how they've sort of gone about that first half, because there's been threats all over the pitch, and it's going to make my job later on for picking out a man of the match pretty much nigh on impossible.
Yes, absolutely, Mike. I was just going to mention that. Stratford Town, I've got some results from today's FA Cup matches. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Plymouth 0, Oxford 2, Bristol Rovers 2, Bolton 2, Stockport County 2, Rochdale 1, Notts County 1, Stratford Town 1, Shrewsbury 5, and in this match with a 2-2 draw. Elsewhere in the world of football today, in the Premier League, and we'll get your thoughts on this, Mike, Dean Smith sacked by Aston Villa earlier today, but yesterday Daniel Farke sacked by Norwich, and Neil Warnock stabbed by Middlesbrough, and then today Neil Warnock's successor in Middlesbrough being announced, with Chris Wildon being named the Middlesbrough boss. Mike, managerial change in the last couple of days, yesterday and today. What's your thoughts on those decisions?
Yeah, so I think the Middlesbrough one's been coming for a little while. I think there's been a lot of pressure on Neil Warnock from the fan base. They got a draw yesterday against West Brom, I believe it was, and then were able to replace him straight away. So I wonder whether that was something that was already in the pipeline. Chris Wilder coming in, really good appointment as well. Somebody that knows the league and has got promoted out of that division as well. So yeah, that's a good move for them. As for Dean Smith going from Aston Villa, they've obviously started to, come away a little bit in recent weeks. They've not been picking up as many points as I'm sure Villa fans would have wanted them to do, and how they obviously played last season and the results they got last season as well. And it's kind of gone away a little bit from Villa. So I think it's about, as good a time as any for them to relieve Dean Smith of his duties. And the same for Daniel Farker. The only shame for him was obviously that they won the game yesterday, beating Brentford by 2-1. And then, he does his post-match interview, and just after that, within about an hour, then he finds out from Dean Smith that he's no longer in charge. So that's the only downside to that one. But maybe the fact that they've won the game might be, a sort of second. What's the word? Like I think probably before the game was already underway, I think Daniel Farker probably didn't have much longer anyway. In regards to that, but yeah, it was just a bit of a shame to obviously go on, win the game, and then find out within about an hour that you're no longer in charge of Norwich. And so a little bit mixed emotions for him last night, no doubt.
Yes, and I was reading last night, Mike, and that Norwich had decided to sack Daniel Farker last midweek, so Tuesday, Wednesday sort of time, but didn't want to disrupt the preparations for Brentford at the weekend. Farker then knew of the role that he was being sacked after he'd done his press duties yesterday, and then instead of announcing it straight away, Norwich then let Daniel Farker inform the family and his friends, and then once he'd informed that he's done that, that's when Norwich put the statement out, which I think, to be honest, if we'd already decided that he was going to get sacked, whatever the result was yesterday, to give him a big chance of trying to stay up in this one, Mike, in the Premier League this season, Mike. I think the way they've done it, yes, they won yesterday, but the way that they didn't want to disrupt the teams either been training this week, building up to the Brentford game, maybe they decided, maybe Falker knew beforehand that he was going to be getting sacked, or heard that he was going to be getting sacked after the game, and didn't want to put any extra pressure on himself or the players to get the job done, just prepare as normal, and then find out after the game. But I think it was already being planned in the midweek, and I think that's the first way to do it. Then don't disrupt the game, the match plan ahead of the weekend. Let him inform his family before informing the fans first, because if the family found out via the social media, then I don't think they would have been best pleased with Daniel Falcon for not informing them sooner, mate. What do you make to that?
Yeah, I think that's probably a fair assessment. I think really, when you look at Newcastle, of course they had a caretaker in charge, in Graham Jones yesterday. Or was it yesterday? I can't remember now. When they drew with Brighton, and of course they had Eddie Howe watching on. So potentially you could have looked at it and said maybe Eddie Howe could have been in charge for Newcastle. But I think Daniel Farker, to go out with a win, it is a great achievement. Obviously, it's their first win of the season for Norwich, and hopefully they can go on and kick on from that. And I'm sure he'll still look on and keep an eye across things to sort of really wish that Norwich can still go on and get something from this season and stay up. But as I said, it was obviously no doubt going to be a mixed emotion sort of night for him, winning the game and then getting sacked. But if it's something that was already in the pipeline and he knew about it anyway, then it was probably, maybe gave him a little bit more motivation to go on and win the game and get the 3 points and go out in style, which they did last yesterday.
Absolutely, Mike. 100% there, mate. And he's now 3-2 to West Ham against Liverpool. Liverpool have just pulled a goal back. Henderson with the ball through into Alexander Arnold, and he fell nicely for Divock Origi, who brought it under his spell, really flicked it around, then spun on himself, and then fired it into the bottom corner. 3-2 now. West Ham lead, 83 minutes on the clock at the London Stadium, and it is now game on again. And Mike, just a quick question on both to get back to our featured match. Now, if you were the manager of both St Albans and Forest Green, look at St Albans first, Mike. If you were manager of St Albans, what would you be saying to the players at half time? And then looking at the Forest Green side, what would you be saying to those players at half time if you was the Forest Green manager? So St Albans side first, please, mate.
I think Ian Allison, manager of St Albans, is going to say, more of the same, really. Really putting a dogged performance in that first half. Went 2-1 up, as we touched on earlier. And we're a little bit unlucky not to see it out with Jack Aitchison getting that equalising goal for Forest Green. So, yeah, I think they'll, be saying more of the same from a St Albans point of view. Forest Green, will probably say use that equaliser as a bit of a springboard and, try and start the second half strongly, get yourself an early goal and then go on and get the job done and get yourself into round two. But that's my thoughts from both sides, really, as the game's about to get underway again for the second half, as the two sides are out and it looks like we're going to be underway in just a second or two as well.
Yeah, so with that in mind, and Forest Green ready to get us back off and underway, it's time for me to turn back over to your match commentator, Mike Orneman.
Thank you, Russ. And it's St Albans 2, Forest Green 2. And it looks like there's going to be a substitution as well for Forest Green. Either that or there was just a man that was a little bit late onto the field. It was actually March. So it's not a substitution. He was just a bit later on than the rest of them. Maybe he had to do something in the changing room. Maybe he was just sorting something out. But he's back onto the field now anyway. There's Ibu Adams here for Forest Green. He knocks it out to Cadden now on Ibu Adams again. And he plays it out looking for Young. And Young on towards Matt Stevens. In fact, it wasn't Matt Stevens. It might have been Jack Aitchison. I couldn't quite see, in fact, but it's gone behind for a corner off of Adebayo anyhow. And Forest Green, as I said just a moment ago, looking to start this second half in the way that they finished the first. Of course, they did level in stoppage time, and if they were to go on and get a third now, then I think you'd probably say St Albans' heads will probably drop. As it's going to be a corner ball for Forest Green now to be taken by Cadden. Now Stevenson. Now Cadden again. Cadden gets the shot away. It's over the top and not troubling Michael Johnson there in the St Albans goal. You're listening to the commentary hub. Still no subs at half time either, by the way. Looked like for a split second there was going to be, but it was just one of the Forest Green players that was out a little bit late. No changes for Ian Allison's men either. Still remains 2-2. As Michael Johnson's going to take this goal kick. Bobby Madley, the referee. So quite a quiet game so far. Hasn't had too many decisions to make, but I'm sure that will probably end up changing at some stage. Johnny Goddard just looks like he's going to be playing in the number 10, possibly there for St Albans, just behind the strikers there. Just gone behind for a throw-in anyway. Banton was the man that was battling there and lost out. It's now with Noble. Now it's Stevenson for Forest Green. Hook clear. Headed by the number 14 for St Albans there, which is Noble. And it's cleared down by Adebayo to Goddard. It's going to go off of the number 22, which is Godwin Malief, and it's actually not off of him. It looked like it had gone off of him for a split second, but it's actually a goal kick to Forest Green and McGee. All in pink by the looks of things, the Forest Green keeper. Now it's Godwin Malief again. Now Ibu Adams. Now it's back to the left back, which is Moore Taylor, or left-sided fullback, or left-sided centre back anyhow. And now it's on by Cadden to Wilson, up against Goddard. And he beats his man, beats his other man as well. Wilson again knocks it back to Stevens. Is that a penalty? Bobby Madley there says no. It did look like that Matt Stevens went down there, but it looked like David Noble caught his man there. I want to see this one again. It was actually March, the man that was fouled. I want to see this one once more. It was whipped in, come off the St Albans number 8 there, and it was Noble. Was he late there? Let's have a look. David Noble, he missed the ball. Is that a penalty? Potentially, that could have been a penalty easily. David Noble there, a little bit fortunate not to give that one away against Josh March there. In my opinion, Bobby Madley says no penalty or nothing doing there. But for a moment, it did look like there was going to be a chance for a potential penalty there, and Forest Green might be a little bit unlucky not to get that one. Still 2-2 in this game though. And it's with Noble. Can count himself maybe a little bit lucky there. Now it's with Adebayi. Back to goalkeeper Johnson. Looking for Goddard. Up against Wilson. He's going to see it out for a goal kick. It's the Forest Green fullback. Johnny Goddard got himself an assist in that first half, setting up the first goal, which was put in by Mitchell Weiss, and Banton gave St Albans a 2-1 lead, but it was Johnny Goddard just almost getting on the end of that one there. Here is the number 18 for Forest Green, which was Young. He loses out though. Now it's Taylor, more Taylor, out to the left back and back into Adams. The left back was Cadden, I think it was, of course. Battling here is Sean Jeffers now with Godwin Malief. There's chance for St Albans now. Johnny Goddard has the ball. What can Goddard do here for the home side? Loses out to Godwin Malief there, and it's now with Stevenson, I think it might be. No, it's actually Wilson that time. In this game, remaining 2-2. It's been very much interesting and entertaining end-to-end game so far in Hertfordshire. Plenty of players on show that have played in Hertfordshire before this game, and they've all had an impact as well, with Matt Stevens and Jack Aitchison on the score sheet, and Johnny Goddard getting an assist, all former Stevenage loanees, or players anyway. In fact, they were all loanees, I believe, as well. Here's Sean Jeffers now. Looking for Mitchell Weiss, who scored St Albans' first. Wins the corner off of Jordan Moore-Taylor. 51 played. You're listening to at the commentary hub. It's St Albans City 2, Forest Green Rovers 2. Also listening to the commentary hub's partner channels as well. Storm FM, JDAC Football, JB Sports, Commentary Hub 2, and Twitter and the 2 Twitch channels, Commentary Hub's channel and Russ's channel. Whipped in from St Albans now, and it's looking for the number 18 there, which was, who was that coming in around the back? It was Adebayi, I believe, and it's coming off the line. It's a little bit of a scramble there, and the corner was right onto the St Albans man's foot, and almost all he needs to do is take one touch and smash it, and it was the number 18 Adebayi, as I said, and it just kind of got a little bit lucky there. I think it was Ibu Adams, and it's put behind for a St Albans corner, but they are putting some more pressure on the League 2 side, looking to get themselves back in front again. Johnny Goddard to take the corner, whips it in, flicked up into the air by It's Didu now. I guess lost out there. Now it's Noble. Noble gets the shot away, takes a deflection off of his own man, Jeffers, and into the hands of McGee. David Noble there. Plenty of league experience with Rotherham, as I touched on earlier. Amongst other clubs, had come through the academy at West Ham and Arsenal as well. So knows plenty of sort of experienced heads in those ranks. And here he is again now. Looking for Johnny Goddard. Onto Sean Jeffers, loses out though. Gets it back then against Godwin Malief. Now Wilson. Now it's with Stevenson. Now Young gives it back to his defender. Now Ibu Adams here. 53 played, still 2-2. Ibu Adams looks for the on-running Matt Stevens that time, and it's gone behind for a throw into St Albans. David Noble was actually a feature of that Stevenage side, that also not Stevenage side, but the Stevenage and Barnet game back in September for Stevenage legend Martin Gittins, top goal scorer. He was part of the side that were there for that, the St Albans man. Not too sure whether he actually got onto the pitch or not, but he was down to be involved. Here's St Albans number 17, Lancashire, I should say. And now it's Godwin Malief, and now on to Stevenson. Now Wilson. Forest Green keeping the ball here. Now it's with the centre-back once more. Across to his partner, Moore Taylor, though. 54 played. In fact, 55 played now. It's still remaining 2-2. And I will have the daunting task, and it will be a daunting task of picking a man of the match later on as well. Wilson in there, and it's gone behind off of Adebayi for a corner. The player of the match is going to be very difficult to pick. I'm not even sure what colour shirt they'll be wearing at this present moment in time. Corner for Forest Green. See whether the League Two side can get themselves back in front again. Remember, they did lead early on after about 18 minutes through that Matt Stevens goal. St Albans turned it on its head, went 2-1 up, and then it was an equaliser from Jack Aitchison on the stroke of half-time, which puts us to where we are at the moment at 2-2. Mitchell Weiss and Zach Banton, the goal scorers for the home side. Here's Ibu Adams now for Forest Green. Chance there looking for Jack Aitchison. Going to get on the end of it. No, he can't. And it's gone behind for a goal kick, which Michael Johnson will take for the home side. Of course, there's a young man on the bench for Forest Green and might come on and have a bit of an impact. Murphy Bennett. He's going to come on possibly at some point, maybe. Not too sure whether he will, though. As there's a full time from the Premier League just come through as well. West Ham did enough to hold on in the end against Liverpool and get the 3 points by winning that one 3-2. Good victory for the home side as well. It's Liverpool's first defeat of the season as well. Remember, I think that's their first defeat in something like 25, something around that. So really good victory for West Ham. David Moyes' side in the Premier League. Of course, Arsenal won earlier on by 1-0 over Watford. It was 25 games as well. I was right with that one. Here's Ibu Adams now. Earlier on, it was also Leeds and Leicester, played out a 1-1 draw, and Antonio Conte's Tottenham were held at Goodison by a 0-0 scoreline. West Ham doing very, very well in that division. Of course, in 4th in the Premier League. Back to 3 points ahead of Arsenal as well, who are up to 5th now with that win earlier on. But back to the here and now, though, the FA Cup. Here's former Arsenal man David Noble, in fact, in possession. Tries to play it out to Banton, but given away. Of course, Ian Allinson, the St Albans manager, was also a very well-known Arsenal man in his day, former Arsenal player. Also played at Colchester, Stoke, Luton as well, amongst others. Won the Isthmian League and also the playoffs in his time there, but he also had a very memorable goal, as was shown earlier on, which Ian Allinson did score for Arsenal. I think it might have even been against Watford, I believe. I can't remember, to be fair, but it was there was one that was shown earlier on around the big screens. Here's Wilson for Forest Green now. Now Ibu Adams. Now it's a chance for Jack Aitchison. Goes back to the left back again. It's now with, I think it might be the defender, McLeaf. Or Maleef Taylor. Now it's, Maleef Taylor. Godwin Maleef, sorry. And now Wilson there, but couldn't do anything with that one. Couldn't get his shot away. St Albans 2, Forest Green 2. Still no subs either side of sorry. Lots of young kids there in the St Albans crowd, loving their day out. And I was just saying there's still been no subs for either side, was what I was just going to say there before I lost my teeth for a second. Couldn't get my teeth out. Couldn't get my words out. Now Lancashire. Now it's Vice. Now Noble. Now it's Adebayi. And now with Joy McKenna into the number 4 Wilshire, giving out to the left-hand side, to the right-hand side, sorry, to Didu. Given away to Aitchison. Battling back very well there, St Albans though, and they've got the ball back as well. It's given away though. Yes, I do need to put my teeth back in, Russ, indeed. It's a free kick here for Forest Green now. Just Didu, the man that just fouled. I think it might have been Wilson, was it? Let's have a look. Or was it, who was it? It might have been Cadden, actually. I couldn't quite see down on that other side there. Here's Adams. Chance here for Aitchison for Forest Green. What can he do here? He gets Nick Cadden now. Whips it in. Looking for March. Hook clear from St Albans though. Only as far as Ibu Adams. Now, I think it's a shot at goal there. And straight down the nose of Michael Johnson there. Claims that one very well. He's St Albans number 1 from Nick Cadden's effort. Game, if you want to watch the game, it's actually only on BBC. It's on BBC 2 in the UK. For anyone that wants to watch the action live and see how it all unfolds. And on the iPlayer as well, of course. But remains St Albans 2, Forest Green 2. Half an hour or so to go. Very battling performance from the home side, and they're certainly not out of this one yet. They certainly could still go on and put themselves into the hat completely for round 2. They'll be in the hat if it's a draw, remember, and they'll have a replay. But if they go on and get themselves another goal and win this one, then they'll certainly be very pleased with their efforts. Ian Anderson will be pleased with their efforts anyway, no doubt. Here's the number 2 now for Forest Green, which is Wilson. Now back to Maleef once more, Godwin Maleef, and then now it's with Stevenson. Now more Taylor. Out to, I think it might have been Young, was that? I'm not too sure there. In fact, it was Aitchison that time. Now it's more Taylor again. Looking for Young. Well defended by St Albans though. Got it cleared from Wilshire that time. Is he going to win the foul as well? Yes, he is. Referee Bobby Madley is going to give the free kick there. And he's going to go to his book as well. First time into the book for Bobby Madley this afternoon, or this evening, I should say. And it's the Forest Green man whose name has been taken. The man taken was Young. Jake Young, ex-Guiseley man. It's a free kick for St Albans. Michael Johnson, the keeper's going to take. It remains Forest Green and St Albans 2-2. 2 apiece here. Whipped on, sorry. Looking for Johnson, and not looking for Jeffers, sorry. From Johnson, but given away. Now Ibu Adams. Now it's with Godwin Malif into Ibu Adams again. Out it goes to Cadden now, I think it was, looking for the on-run in March, but well defended from Joy McWenner. Bit of a battle there. March. Good defending from St Albans there. Didu gets it clear for a throw. 64 plays. St Albans 2, Forest Green 2. Two leagues between the two sides, remember? There's a chance here for Forest Green now. Whipped in from Aitchison, but gone behind for a goal kick. Could just hear myself for a second there as well. I must have just had a few issues technically, technical wise. I think it's been resolved now though. And it looks like there's going to be a substitution for the away side here. Number 23, Diallo. Looks like the man is going to be entering the fray. See who he's going to be replacing. And it is Diallo coming on in place of just going to see who that was that went off there now. Young, the man who just went in the book a minute ago. So no chances taken there from Rob Edwards. Diallo comes on there in his place. The Forest Green number 23. First sub for either side there. Michael Johnson takes his goal kick. Clears it long. Looking for the head of Mitchell Weiss, but it's still with St Albans in midfield. Here's Banton now. Now, the number 17, Lancashire to Noble. Looking for Banton, but given away. Chance for Wilson to knock it forwards to Stevens. Matt Stevens. It's Banton for the home side now, though. Still looking to get themselves back in front here. Here's Noble. Now Didu. Now Banton. Now Goddard. Now Mitchell Weiss. Good defending there from Forest Green, but only as far as Lancashire. He gets it back as well. Morse Taylor does well there. Now it's with Noble. Johnny Goddard. Sean Jeffers. Lancashire. Lancashire again. Gets the cross in. Goes behind off of Wilson for a corner to St Albans. Good pressing and good play there from the home side. You're listening to the Commentary Hub, of course, in partnership with JDAC Football, JB Sports, Storm FM, and the rest of the Commentary Hub channels. Commentary Hub 2, and on Twitter and Twitch. Got some more FA Cup action with JB tomorrow on the channels for Dagenham and Salford as well. That's a poor corner from Goddard. He's going to get another bite of the cherry as he wins the ball back. Now it's Noble. Now it's Lancashire. Now back to David Noble again. Now Banton there. Now Noble. Banton again. Knocks it into... Not too sure who that was, but now it's with Lancashire. And now Goddard. Johnny Goddard against his man. Chance here for St Albans. Now the number 4, Wiltshire. Back to Johnny Goddard this time. Bit of keep ball from the home side here now. Knocked on by Goddard. Here's Vice. Into the box it goes towards Sean Jeffers. Goddard, Johnny Goddard. Oh, good block there between the Forest Green defender and keeper. Here's Matt Goddard now. Look, there's a collision there with 2 men down. It might be Jeffers for St Albans. I'm not too sure who the man for Forest Green is. It might even be Godwin Malief, I think. 2 men that are in the wars. Still remains St Albans City 2, Forest Green Rovers 2, and it's been one hell of a cup tie as well so far. It was Jeffers and Godwin Malief, the 2 involved there. Good ball in originally, and it was a bit of a battling performance there from... Better, a bit of a battle there between Godwin Malief, and I think Goddard was involved as well as Jeffers there. A couple of men trying to get involved for St Albans. Ebu Adams as well. Just the physios on for Forest Green at the moment. Just as these 2 men get their treatment. It was actually Ebu Adams and Jeffers that time. Rob Edwards is looking on. Not too sure what he's going to do, whether he'll make him another sub anytime soon. And, of course, Ian Allison yet to go to the bench for St Albans. I don't want to lose Sean Jeffers. He's certainly got a goal in him. They do have to leave the field temporarily, though, as the way of the game these days. So Sean Jeffers, the former Boreham Wood and chums from City and Woking and Hampton and Richmond man, has just had to make way for a split second there, as did the Forest Green man as well. 17 goals this season for Sean Jeffers. Really good form there, St Albans number 9. Let's see whether he can be the man to get them the winner as well. He certainly wouldn't bet against it, the way that he's been this season, the form that he's been in. Still 2-2 as it stands, though. Here is the number 22 for St Albans, Godwin Malief. Now for Forest Green, Godwin Malief, and now Moore Taylor. Now Cadden. Looking for Stevens, but over the top of him it goes, and here's Goddard now, just smashes it off of the Forest Green man for a St Albans throw. Off of Wilson. Just by the corner flag. 20 to play. Still all square at 2-2. You're listening to the Commentary Hub in partnership with JB Sports, JDAT Football, Storm FM, and Commentary Hub 2, Twitter and Twitch as well. And our streaming partners for the season are melonapp.com. We've got some more FA Cup football for you tomorrow as well, as Dagenham and Redbridge, once of the football leagues themselves, host Salford City, and the Nevils and the class of 92. They're Salford side, of course. See how they get on with JB tomorrow night as we round out our quadruple in the FA Cup. There's a chance for Forest Green as we are right now, though. Given away. Here's Banton. On to Noble. Back to Banton again. Out to the number 4, which is Wiltshire. And he was fouled as well by Ebu Adams that time. Was the St Albans centre-back. Kieran Wiltshire, of course. Former Bishop Stortford man, also played at Maidenhead and Oxford City and Wealdstone as well in his past, before moving to the city of St Albans. Here's Matt Stevens now. Loses out. Ibu Adams. Now it's with Wilson. What can Wilson do for Forest Green? Good header there from, I think it's McQuenna. Now it's with Banton, and they win the throw as well, do the home side. 73 played, still 2-2. Edging ever closer to that replay. Battling performance from the home side it has been so far. Ibu Adams. Now it's Matt Stevens. On to Ibu Adams again. The Forest Green captain does well. Turns really nicely there and knocks it out to Wilson. Wilson cuts inside. Well defended from Lancashire there from St Albans. Now it's with more Taylor. Now Ibu Adams again. In fact, it's not Ibu Adams, it's Diallo this time, the substitute. Plays it out looking for Cadden. Wins the throw in off of Didu as well. Now it's with Diallo. In the middle of the park. Now at Ibu Adams. Given away. Poor ball as well. But Forest Green win it back. Looking for the on running Josh March, but well defended there and claimed by Michael Johnson, who goes long looking for Johnny Goddard. Finds him as well. Good ball from the keeper, that one. Johnny Goddard. Clearance out by the Forest Green defender, Godwin Malief, and it's now with St Albans again, and Lancashire gets it back. And now, number 18, Adebayi. Wilshire on to McQuenna. Chance here for St Albans to get the ball forward. Wilshire looking for Vice. Vice wins the header, but can't do anything with it and goes behind for a throw-in. 15 to play. Mitchell Vice couldn't do anything with that one. Tried to knock it on, but could only knock it out of play for a throw-in. As you can see, the St Albans fans there are loving their day out. They're all out in force as well. Sellout crowds at Clarence Park. Chance here for St Albans to go and get themselves a valuable and famous victory in the remaining 15 minutes to see whether they can do something that it did look like in the first half up until injury time they were going to be able to do. But Forest Green did peg them back, and it's Forest Green in possession right now. Down the left-hand side, whips in, and it's straight through to Michael Johnson. Does well there, the keeper for the Saints. And Forest Green looking to get themselves back in front. Matt Stevens was the man just trying to go on the end of that one. He wasn't able to get to it though. Michael Johnson smashes it upfield into the Forest Green half. Knocked on by Jeffers. Still got it as well with Sean Jeffers. Looking for that 18th goal of the season. Knocks it on to Banton. Chance here for Forest Green to play it out from the back and get it clear though. Now it's towards Matt Stevens. Well, one in the air by Noble, I think that was. Now it's with Ibu Adams. Now the number 7, which is Stevenson, into Diallo. Diallo, the substitute. Out to Cadden and back to Diallo again. Diallo tries to play it across and finds his man Wilson as well. Kane Wilson gets the cross in. Looking for Matt Stevens, but well headed up by Wilshire, but only as far as Aitchison, and then shot by Stevens, but only into the hands of, in fact, it wasn't Stevens, it was actually March that time. He couldn't direct his effort past Michael Johnson and the St Albans goal. And Stevens was in there as well, though. It's a good touch originally from Aitchison to find March and turned. And then it's a chance here for St Albans. And it's put into the back of the net. St Albans are 3-2 up. And it's that man, Sean Jeffers. He loves a goal. That's his 18th for the season. And Sean Jeffers there. St Albans back in front. They've turned it around yet again. They were 1-0 down through Matt Stevens. They were 2-1 up via goals from Weiss and Banton. Forest Green levelled through, I think it was Jack Aitchison. And that time there, of course, Sean Jeffers has to have a say on this game. There's a long ball, and it was Mitchell Weiss there. Plays really, really well. Plays it across, and Sean Jeffers doesn't miss from there. Sean Jeffers finds the back of the net. Gets himself that 18th goal of the season. Poor defending, really, from Forest Green. But Sean Jeffers, he was always going to have a say on this game. And it's him that has given the side from Hertfordshire that lead back. And it's now St Albans 3, Forest Green Rovers 2. And of course, it's that man, Sean Jeffers, on the score sheet. Lovely goal as well. 12 to play and St Albans back in front. Going to be a sub in a second for the home side as well. See whether they're going to be able to see this game out. There's pandemonium in the stands. There's going to be... Who's coming on here for the home side? I think it might be Johnny Goddard making way. Had a good game as the former Swindon and Stevenage and Woking man as Brown comes on in his place. Dawson's also come on as well. I'm not too sure who he's come on for as of yet. I will confirm in a second. It was actually Noble that made way for Dawson there. St Albans 15. St Albans City back in front. The cup upset is back on again, but don't count your chickens if you're a St Albans fan as of yet. But so far, you're back in front. You've got about 12 minutes to see this one out. Plus stoppage time. Free kick to Forest Green. Wiltshire handles it. Diallo tried to get the ball in and it come off of the hands of Kieran Wiltshire there. A chance here for Forest Green to get themselves level. But Sean Jeffers is the man of the moment so far. He scored against Billericay just a couple of games ago. He scored a hat-trick that day, in fact, in the 4-1 victory over them. He also scored against Bath City as well. So, in fact, he scored 5 in the last 4 or something like that. So, he's really in prolific form, the St Albans number 9. Chance for Cadden, and it's over the top as well. Not troubling Michael Johnson. And the St Albans keeper and their fans will have that one all day. But, yeah, St Albans winning the last 5 games. They beat Eastbourne. They beat Billericay. They beat Bath as well. They beat the Corinthian Casuals on penalties in the last round, and in the replay that was after drawing the original game. But Sean Jeffers absolutely loves a goal, and he's loved the fact that he's might be a hero as well. There's still time for Forest Green to get back into it, but Sean Jeffers got himself a very valuable goal down. It's now 3-2 to St Albans. It's cleared out by, I think it was Dawson, the sub that time. Now Cadden. All the way back to McGee, and then now Moore Taylor. Now it's with Godwin Malief, and now Wilson. Wilson brings it into midfield, loses out. Chance for St Albans to go again now. Coming down the right-hand side. I think it's McQuenna, is it? In fact, it's Banton this time. Trying to go to the corner. Bit of a risky strategy when you've still got 8 minutes plus stoppage time to play. From Zach Banton there. He loses out as well. Doesn't even win the throw. But Zach Banton gets himself a goal. Zane Banton, I should say, got himself a goal. The former... Biggleswade and Boreham Wood and Hemel man, and also Luton as well. It's a chance for Forest Green in midfield. Now it's with Wilson. Wilson tries to play it through to Stevens. Now it's with the number 16, which is, in fact, it was 15, I think, Wilson. Vice as well was involved. But so far, St Albans doing everything they can to put themselves into the hat for the next round and doing it very well. Jordan Moore-Taylor has possession for the away side at the moment, though. Sitting top of League Two without losing a game this season in the division away from home, remember, as well, as I said earlier. And Forest Green see whether they can bring that into the cup. They've still got a bit of time to get themselves another couple of goals and see their name in the draw for tomorrow, which is going to be with us on the channel after JB's game with Dagenham and Salford. St Albans are going to be there at the moment. Chance for Forest Green to do something about that, though. Whipped in. Good claim there from Michael Johnson ahead of Matty Stevens. Going to the referee there, Matty Stevens, having a bit of a go at Bobby Madley regarding something. Not too sure what. But this game has been mental. I've got to put my thinking caps on as well for a player of the match. But at the moment, it's still plenty of time in this one. So I'll give it a couple of minutes before I get thinking in regards to that. St Albans still have a bit of time to either add to this or hold on. Here's Jeffers. Gets it back as well. Now it's Didu. Aitchison. Aitchison gets it back. Now it's Stevens. Now it's Diallo. Got the ball from Godwin Malief there. Now Wilson. Wilson for Forest Green on the right-hand side. Cuts inside here. Gives it away. Here's Jeffers. Free kicks St Albans. Fouled by Godwin Malief. So remember, if you are late to this game, or if you have been late to this game, where have you been for one? You missed an absolute cracker. And secondly, it was Forest Green that went ahead through Matty Stevens. Goals from Mitchell Weiss and Zane Bantam gave St Albans the lead. And then Jack Aitchison levelled up on the stroke of half-time, in stoppage time, in fact, to make it 2-2. And that man, Sean Jeffers, who is the difference, grabbing St Albans' third there with 5 to play. St Albans leading by 3 goals to 2. Mitchell Weiss got the assist as well. So St Albans, number 16, certainly could well be in the bracket of men that I'd pick out for player of the match for his performance today. 5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. St Albans on the brink of a cup upset against League Two Forest Green. Here's Jeffers now, looking to add to that. Now Brown. Chance for Forest Green to counter. Seen back to keeper Johnson through Dawson, I think it was. Now it's Matt Stevens. Remember, St Albans conceded late in the first half. We're going to have to stay switched on and make sure they don't do that again. Just a couple of minutes plus stoppage time to go. St Albans 3-2 ahead. See whether Ian Allinson's side of the side to put their name into the hat. It looks very much like it so far. The fans are loving it as well. You see them all jumping up and down there. Loving it, young and old. Out in force at St Albans there, packing it out in favour of Ian Allinson's men. And they're getting a great day out so far. They're getting the result and everything. Still time for that to change, though, if you're a Forest Green fan. It's gone behind 4. In fact, it's now McGee's going to see that one. Now it's on to Godwin Malief. Across to Moore-Taylor. Got about 3 minutes to go for Forest Green to get back into this one and to still be in the hat for that draw tomorrow. St Albans just a couple of minutes away from holding on. Now it's Wilson for the away side. Kane Wilson. Given away though. Brown does well there. Now it's a chance for Aitchison. Aitchison gets the shot away and it goes off of the St Albans number 19. I think it was McQuenna. It does really well that time. Goes behind for a corner though. In fact, no, it wasn't. It was kept in. Now it's Stevenson. Last few seconds for Forest Green to get themselves. So last few minutes for Forest Green to get themselves anything from this. I think that's gone behind for a goal kick as well, is it? It's a good save there from Michael Johnson just a moment ago to deny the equaliser from Matt Stevens, I think that was. In fact, it was actually Jack Aitchison there. Getting my two former Stevenage loanees confused. 2 minutes to go plus stoppage time for St Albans to hold on. Or maybe even go one better and add to it. Michael Johnson smashes it forward into the Forest Green half. Towards Jeffers. Wins the header as well. Now it's given away to Moore Taylor though. Now Cadden. Back to Taylor again. Moore Taylor into Diallo. Diallo to Godwin Malif. On to Wilson. Back to Godwin Malif again. Given away. Good. In fact, no, it's a chance here for St Albans, for Forest Green. So it's Matt Stevens. And what a tackle that was from the St Albans defender there. Couldn't quite see who it was. I need to give him credit, but it was a fantastic challenge. They're throwing bodies at everything. St Albans here. They're just chucking the bodies in the way of everything here at the home side. And they've won a free kick as well. Bobby Madley go to the book there. That's almost the equaliser. It looked like it was going to be Ibu Adams, I think it was, in the book there. But just for a second there, it looked like Forest Green were going to grab themselves an equaliser. Was through to Matt Stevens. Matt Stevens there. And it was actually the number 12, Didu, for St Albans there. That was the man who stopped it originally. And then there was another man in there as well that stopped the second one. I think it might have been Didu again. They'll have to wait and see when it comes to the rebound. But Didu there, fantastic saving block from the St Albans man to keep his side 3-2 ahead. We're coming into 4 minutes of additional time. 5 minutes of additional time, sorry, I should say. Joy McQuenna knocks it forward. And it goes out of play. Ibu Adams was the man just went into the book there for the away side. Of course, you're listening to the Commentary Hub, JB Sports, JDAC Football, and Storm FM. Also, Commentary Hub on Twitter and Twitch, and also Russ's Twitch channel as well. As St Albans are just a couple of minutes away now from a place in round 2 and a cup upset as well against the League 2 leaders. Well, to see whether Ian Anderson's men can hold on. Here's Stevenson for the away side, though. Now it's with Godwin Malif. Now Wilson. Good header out by the St Albans defender there. Wilson gets it back. Now it's Godwin Malif, sorry. Now Moore Taylor. Now Diallo. Looks like St Albans may go on and win. We'll have to wait and see. Still time, though, for it to change. About 4 minutes plus stoppage. Well, 4 minutes of stoppage time, I should say. Here's Godwin Malif now. Now Kane Wilson. Given away, though. St Albans doing very well defensively there. Chance here for Sean Jeffers. Is he fouled there? Referee says yes, he was. Few more seconds there to be eaten up. Godwin Malif there. Foul Sean Jeffers. And I'm sure St Albans are going to be loving that. Eat up a few more seconds. 3 minutes to go for the home side to hold on. For a famous cup upset. Gone towards Wilson now. Wilson towards McGee. Just going to take a touch and go into Moore Taylor. The seconds are eaten away for Forest Green now. Now it's Diallo. Now it's Wilson. Wilson for Forest Green. Good defending there from Lancashire. Giving away a free kick though. 2 minutes of stoppage time remaining. Wilson was fouled by Lancashire there by the looks of things. So at the second time of asking. So it's a little bit closer. It's Nicky Cadden over the free kick. I bet Forest Green fans would be loving certain Jamil Matt to be in the box right now, but he's obviously not in the squad today. Nicky Cadden over it. That's a shot straight at Johnson, and it's comfortable for the St Albans keeper there. No trouble at all. Nicky Cadden with a very weak free kick there. Straight down the nose of Johnson there. You very least want to be putting that one either side and making the keeper dive for that, but it was literally straight at him. Here's Moore Taylor for Forest Green now. Now back to McGee. Now it's Moore Taylor again. Now to Godwin Malief. Last minute and a bit for St Albans to hold on here. Here's Wilson. Into Diallo. Now Wilson again. Good tackle there from the number 17, Lancashire. Wants to throw as well. It hasn't gone his way though. Almost a famous victory for St Albans. 40 seconds or so for the home side to hold on now. And they're going to try and do so by wasting time for substitution as well. And it's going to be the number 16, Mitchell Weiss. The fantastic Mitchell Weiss as well to make way. My man of the match, my player of the match, Mitchell Weiss as well, who has put in a fantastic shift, got himself a goal, got himself an assist, and he's thoroughly deserving of that award. He's making way there, the number 16, and he's going to be replaced by the number 8, Liam Soul. He gets onto the pitch for a matter of seconds. Mitchell Weiss there just made way with my player of the match. Chance for St Albans to get into the Forest Green half. Forest Green, last seconds now. It's now with Cadden. We played the 5 minutes. With half 30 seconds over the 5 minutes, in fact. This Michael Johnson claims that one there. Matt Stevens couldn't get on the end of it, and it looks like St Albans are going to be in the hat for round 2. Michael Johnson there did everything he needed to do and got to the ball ahead of Matt Stevens now. Whistle hasn't been blown yet. Michael Johnson clears it. Bobby Madley looks at his whistle. There is the full-time whistle. It's a famous victory for Ian Allison's St Albans. They've knocked out the League 2 leaders, Forest Green Rovers, by 3-2. Mitchell Weiss, fantastic for the home side. Zane Bantam on the score sheet as well. Sean Jeffers wins it. Of course he does. Sean Jeffers loves a goal. And he's got another one. As you see a pitch invasion now, all the St Albans fans running onto the pitch there. And the Forest Green players look a bit dejected. St Albans, they're loving it. The fans are loving it. Absolutely everyone's loving it from St Albans. They've just flooded the pitch there towards Sean Jeffers. And St Albans are into the hat for round 2. They've knocked out League 2 leaders, Forest Green Rovers. They were 1-0 down, remember, as well, to Matt Stevens' goal. Then it was goals from Mitchell Weiss and Zane Bantam, who got the home side back, home side in front. Then it was level on the stroke of half time through Jack Aitchison, sorry. And then it was a winning goal from Sean Jeffers there, who gives Ian Allison's men the lead. Just, I think it's about 10 minutes ago. They were able to hold on, see that one out as well. Didu got a fantastic blocking at the end. Michael Johnson made a save as well. And St Albans have done their part very, very well today. They deserve the victory, in my opinion, as well. St Albans are through, knocking out Forest Green by 3-2. And wow, there's your upset. You wanted a cup upset. You wanted a shock. There it is.
Absolutely, Mike. St Albans 3, Forest Green Rovers 2 is the full time score. And what a performance from the non-league side to knock out League 2 Flyers Forest Green Rovers. Superb performance from Ian Allison's side this evening. The players running over to the fans who flocked the pitch to get celebrations. And by there, across to one of the fans. The players are just running all over to the fans, and the fans with the captain, with the fans holding up a tinfoil FA Cup trophy. And St Albans will be hoping that is not the only trophy he'll be holding in this game, as we just see the winning goalie now. Lovely ball from White into Jeffers, who finished it off superbly well. And let's fetch our commentator Mike Ornament in. And Mike, what a winning goal it was as well. Superb goal, wasn't it, my friend?
Yeah, brilliant. They were on the back foot for a moment, and then they go straight down the other end and put it into the back of the net. Sean Jeffers there buries that one. And as I said before, he loves the goal. That's his 18th for the season in all competitions. And he was always going to have an impact on this game. And there it was. He duly stepped up, put the ball into the back of the net. Forest Green 24 attempts there to St Albans' 9, but all that matters is that score in the corner. It's the Saints that are through by 3-2.
Yes, or as in our case, the score that's on the scoreboard there on our screen there right now. So, superb stuff and superb display from St Albans today. Superb performance. Deserved winners in my opinion, Mike. And just explain to me why Vice got your player of the match this afternoon.
Oh, I thought he was brilliant. He got himself a goal. He looked lively. He got an assist as well. Yeah, Mitchell Vice, absolutely brilliant today for St Albans. Zane Banton as well. Honourable mention to him. Jeffers, that block at the end from Didu as well, as good as a winning goal, to be fair. To see them through and see them over the line. But my man, Mitchell Vice, I think the reason behind him getting player of the match is, as I said, the goal, the assist. He looked lively, and dangerous all evening, really. So, yeah, good performance from him. But as I said, that saving block right at the end from Didu was almost as good as anything that St Albans did all game, and I very nearly gave it to him just for that one moment.
Yes, and Forest Green Rovers there again knocked out. They can now concentrate on the lead for the remaining of the season, Mike. But what do you think the manager will be saying to his players right now inside the dressing room?
It's a tricky one because obviously they are still flying high, top of the division. That's their first in League Two. That's their first away defeat this season as well. So it's a tricky one. Of course, they want to go on and have a cup run, but the bread and butter is the league. They're doing really, really well in the league. They've got a couple of really good games to get themselves back into, winning ways in the division, and they'll be pretty quickly able to turn that around, no doubt, and go on and put in a couple more really strong performances. And I'm sure they'll go on and do well this season. I've seen them in the flesh, as you know, when they put 4 past English on that day in the game that I was at, and they looked like a real sort of threat and real sort of good side going forward. So I'm sure when Jamil Matt's back in there, they'll get some more goals as well. But Forest Green, for me, they'll have no issue. Of course, they're out of the cup, but they'll probably go on, and I'm sure, no doubt, at very least achieve playoffs, but maybe even achieve automatic promotion to League One. They're a really good side.
Yes, and you just touched there, Mike, about Jamil Matt not involved today. Do you think Jamil Matt was a big miss for Forest Green Rovers this afternoon?
Yeah, I do think he was a bit of a miss. Not having him off the bench as well, another sort of impact. They could have brought on off the bench. So yeah, I do think Jamil Matt was a miss. Matt Godden and Jack Aitchison, they both scored. 2 really good players that, are both doing really, really well this season. Matt Godden Matt Stevens, sorry, I should say as well, is also up there with the top goal scorers alongside Jamil Matt. Yeah, I do think that you have to give it to St Albans really today. It's them that have put on the show. They're the ones that are through, and really, really good performance from them to a man. Really, Mitchell Weiss was player of the match, but he could have gone to many of them. Yeah, Jamil Matt was a miss. Matt Stevens, Jack Aitchison, they did their part, but I do think that St Albans deserve all the credit they're going to get, and rightly so as well.
Yes, and obviously, Mike will touch back on this game again in a moment. But as you mentioned during the update for the Liverpool match, Liverpool's unbeaten run of 25 games comes to an end. Mike, what do you make to that then? West Ham winning 3-2 and Liverpool's unbeaten run coming to an end, Mike. What do you make to that, my friend?
Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise, really, isn't it? Seeing how Liverpool were beaten, and great victory from West Ham as well. The pressure was on them a little bit after Arsenal's victory over Watford, and West Ham were able to go on and surprise everyone really by getting the 3 points over Liverpool. And Liverpool, next game for them after the international break is Arsenal as well. When in form, Arsenal, unbeaten in 10 in all competitions at the moment. And doing well at the moment. So it's it might not be as easy for Liverpool as some people make out it's going to be, and it might be a little bit of a potential banana skin for them now, and especially the way that Arsenal have been playing lately. But yeah, good result for West Ham.
Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. Let's just round up today's results then. So starting off in the FA Cup, in which since we've just covered a game in that today, the FA Cup first round results from today: Sheffield Wednesday 0, Plymouth Argyle 0, Oxford United 2, Bristol Rovers 2, Bolton Wanderers 2, Stockport County 2, Rochdale 1, Notts County 1, Stratford Town 1, Shrewsbury Town 5, and the game you've just heard, St Albans City 3, Forest Green Rovers 2. Arsenal in the Premier League: Arsenal 1, Watford 0, Everton 0, Tottenham 0, Leeds United 1, Leicester City 1, West Ham United 3, Liverpool 2, as me and Mike just touched upon there briefly. In the Scottish Premiership, Dundee 2, Celtic 4, Rangers 4, Ross County 2. In the Women's Super League, Tottenham 1, Manchester United 1, Birmingham 0, Reading 3, Leicester 1, Man City 4. Latest score: Arsenal 0, West Ham United 0 is the latest in that one. As well, in La Liga, Villarreal 1, Getafe 0, Valencia 3, Atletico Madrid 3, Real Mallorca 1, Elche 2, Osasuna 0, Real Sociedad 2, Real Betis Sevilla is an 8 o'clock kickoff as well. The German Bundesliga: Hertha Berlin 1, Bayer Leverkusen 1, FC Cologne 2, Union Berlin 2, Greuther Fürth versus Eintracht Frankfurt is a 0-0 scoreline at half time. Italian Serie A: Venezia 3, Roma 2, Sampdoria 1, Bologna 2, Udinese 3, Sassuolo 2, Lazio 3, Salernitana 0, Napoli 1, Hellas Verona 1. AC Milan v Inter Milan. The Milan derby is a 7:45. Liga in France today: Marseille 0, Metz 0, Lorient 1, Brest 2, Nantes 2, Strasbourg 2, Reims 0, Monaco 0, Saint Etienne 3, Clermont 2, Nice 0, Montpellier 1, Rennes v Lyon 7:45 kickoff as well. That is all we have got time for today here on the commentary hub.
Just got
But
one
before we
thing
do
before.
that,
Just got one thing I want to add
Mike
as
has
well.
just seen a tweet here from Ian Allison's son. So, Mike, what's he been saying this evening?
Yeah, so Ian Allison's son, Lee Allison, also a manager as well, manager of Hendon, and also I think he's involved at Olsey as well. His tweet was unbelievable. If anyone deserved that, then my old man did. his service to football through the highs and lows is unbelievable. You won't meet a more honest, humble man in your life. I'm so proud of him. And the Allison family, whether that's Lee, whether that's Ian, whether that's Lee's wife and the family as well, no doubt are going to be loving that one. And a really, good at evening's work from St Albans there, and a nice little message there from his son as well, who's I think his Hendon side even won themselves yesterday. So winning all round in the Anderson household at the moment this weekend.
Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. So thank you everyone who's tuned in today. We'll see you again very, very soon. Tomorrow night, join us as Dagenham and Redbridge take on Salford City with JB, the man behind the mic. From all of the team here, thank you very much for listening. Good night.